ask, are there many different entities or groups who are interested in the evolution and development of humans on planet Earth?
There are those who stand by and observe. There is a collection of entities, as you understand entities, who have taken it upon themselves to watch over the physical world, the physical vibration that you find yourself in. And they see how it evolves. Yet they cannot interfere. But there is a point where if it is seen that an opportunity for greater growth can be inserted into the physical atmosphere, they will be allowed to present that opportunity into your world. But it is up to the residents of the physical world to grasp that opportunity and bring it into fruition. Act upon it in the way they feel correct for them.
Has this group been working to bring forward those opportunities in recent years, in the last few decades?
Since the dawn of time, there have always been those who observe your world. But times change. Those who observe your world become tired and can become replaced. Everything is all life has an order to there is an order in place for all life, and a time. There is a time when comes when entities are replaced. There is a limit to the amount of good that an entity can achieve. entity will recognize when it has exhausted its ability to
influence.
Yes, the words. Influence is close. Yes, they have to. They will recognize when they have exhausted their ability to influence your world for the good, and they will step back.
Have there been mistakes or times when entities have got involved and perhaps over-directed or tried to make changes? Where there has been a direct interference, perhaps against the grain.
This does happen, yes.
Yes.
When this happens, it is time for them to be replaced.
Yes.
For look for a moment at your own world,
Yes.
at the mistakes you all make.
Yes.
This is reflected.
Yes.
You are a reflection
Yes.
of a greater understanding surrounding you. That greater understanding is a reflection of a further greater understanding.
So would it be true to say then that there have been times when the developing human has been tweaked or interfered with in ways that have resonated down through the centuries subsequently, that we're still reaping perhaps some of the not so desirable consequences of that? It hasn't always had 100% beneficial effects.
We do not say the human form has been tweaked. Only you can tweak yourself. We can give opportunities to you. The way you use those opportunities is the way the outcome is spread amongst your world. We cannot directly tweak the human consciousness, but we can present the opportunity for you to tweak yourself.
Yeah. Has the actual physical vehicle been interfered with at all in its development? Has that been tweaked by entities of greater knowledge and technology in the past?
Entities of greater knowledge will only work with love they will work towards creating in your world further understanding towards love.
Do you think some mistakes could have been made at times, although these things may have been done in the spirit of love, that the results haven't always come out as planned.
Still, mistakes have been made, yes.
That's been my feeling.
Mistakes have to be made to create learning
Yes.
and further understanding for those who watch over, for they are also
Learning.
And increasing their understanding.
Yes.
The human form look upon mistakes as a bad thing, whereas mistakes are good.
And many of the old, many of the plays and the dramas and the narratives from the Greeks and from earlier civilizations have mirrored happenings in what they call the gods, or sort of divine beings who are fallible and who make mistakes, who interact with humans and interfere with them, and in some ways sometimes it can be disastrous, sometimes it can be beneficial, but sometimes it can have unforeseen and not so good consequences. The interplay between humans and these divine beings often seems to lead to changes and to unexpected results. Is this a mirror of reality, of how it really is?
Yes, this is evolution. Mistakes cause evolution. Once the mistakes are recognized, for since the dawn of time there have been those who are able to perceive the larger, the greater understanding that surrounds them. They have understood the realities beyond the physical, and their knowledge has been shared throughout the physical, and the memories of this knowledge still exist in the physical vibration now, and it is still having effects on the way you all live your lives.
One of the great myths in our civilization is that of Lucifer, of the Luciferian influence, the fallen angel, as a being who has interfered with humanity, with adverse results often. But would that myth represent an actual interference by a group of entities who did in some way interact with humans with slightly disastrous consequences that we still have echoes of, that we're aware of and have to work to overcome? Would that be a correct way of understanding a very prevalent myth of the devil or of Lucifer?
It represents the comprehension, those who have yourselves up, who have reached out beyond the physical. Each have their own unique interpretation of what they perceive. Each has built up in their minds a story to represent and to make what they perceive understandable to those who have not yet broken from the physical world, who do not share their understandings. So a physical story has to represent a non-physical event. That physical story will be made up of physical beings that can be understood, performing tasks and operations that can be understood to the physical mind. Yet in reality, what has happened has been purely non-physical.
Mm-hmm.
But non-physical can be understood by the physical mind.
Mm-hmm.
But only to those who have put the effort into opening their minds. The problems will arise when they need to share their understanding with others.
Mm-hmm.
They need to put physical words to close their understanding, to form a picture, to form a story. This story has been understood and misinterpreted as a true happening. You yourself have looked into our world, and a picture has built up for you, for your own understanding. But you need to recognize that all on your side would close that understanding with a different picture.
Yes.
There is not one picture which will satisfy the minds of all individuals in a physical world. Each individual has its own perception, has its own understanding in a unique way. As the years go by, the way you all perceive is a reflection of the society you live in now.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back through the years, you look at the stories that were told. They reflected the way the society was living at that time.
Mm-hmm.
As the human form evolves, a greater understanding can be had for the physical components of your world are evolving too. The science of your world is evolving too. And the way the science understands the physical world will help those inspired by spirit
Yes.
to understand the spiritual vibrations
Yes.
in a more correct way, a more beneficial way to spread that understanding to others.
Mm-hmm.
For they can build up the picture with an advanced physical understanding, the advanced physical science of understanding.
Yes.
And this will be understood by more on your side.
Yes. Yes.
For you are all subject to the physical components of your world.
Yes.
Those gadgets that you use, the apparatus that you use to live your lives, that take you away from the simple form of living that your ancestors had. They take you into a new world, a new opportunity. Can you see the opportunities that are presented now in the physical components of your world?
I guess, yes.
And bridge this now to your initial question of what those who look down on your world can do to influence your world. That is something for you to think about.
Yes.
Yes, and indeed we now have come full circle, for we have connected the questions, the last question to the first question.
Thank you, friend, yes.
You live in a wonderful reality. Nothing happens by chance.
Yes, we have the World Wide Web.
Yet many mistakes are made. But mistakes are learning tools.
Yes.
One of the many learning tools. But you must make good use of all that your physical world holds for everything is there as an opportunity to increase the spiritual vibration in a physical world. The physical vibration will increase. There are now so many opportunities to be grasped. To be taken and compared with the vibrations beyond this physical world. They will take you closer. They will bridge the gaps. They will show many a clearer understanding. Some people will look back at the ancient times and recognize what was tried to get across, what was tried to be explained. They will bring that forward into the physical world now, and some of the answers will become apparent.
Yes, I can see that, especially the message of universality, that we're all one.
The sciences of your world are taking great steps forward. And the opportunities are touching them in a loving way, so that their eyes are opened that fraction more.
Yes.
There is still much to be learnt. There is much to be understood.
Yes.
But as the years move on, it is becoming easier. Easier for all, not just those inspired by the spiritual worlds that surround them, but all who live on your world have a greater opportunity to see beyond the physical structure of the wonderful reality that you all are a part of now. bridges of love, and the understanding will follow. The gateways will open, and the sun will shine through the cracks in the structure of your world for all to see, for all to immerse themselves in the loving light of the sun. Combine your own lights and you will find the sun is amongst you all. The light of life is spreading throughout the physical world. Lightening those dark corners, lightening the hearts of those who have wandered off the pathways, who have become attracted to the darkness. They too possess the light of the sun, and they too recognize this, but they fight against it. But it is a battle which will not be won. For those who object are growing stronger, and their voices will be heard above those who wander into the darkness. And they will rain down on those unfortunate souls who cannot open their eyes for the fear that surrounds them, keeps them locked inside themselves. But slowly the tables will turn, and they too will open their eyes.
That's good to know.
And the human spirit will once again rise. Rise its vibration above that vibration will go. Once the eyes have been opened, and the lost souls will once again turn to the light and join the multitude, climb the mountain and make peace with one another in a unified vibration of love and understanding. Thank you. We now have reached that point. We have reached the point where we will withdraw.
Okay, friend.
We have achieved much this evening, and we are pleased with the results of the communication. Each week there is more that we can give to you and to all on your side. And we very much look forward to returning to you as your sessions unfold. Take a piece of our love and spread it out amongst your fellow men, your fellow citizens of this wonderful reality, and lighten their lives. Lighten the vibration that surrounds you all.
Thank you, friend. Thank you for your communication. Thank you for your words. Thank you for your presence.
May God bless you all with understandings and teachings until we next meet. Good night to you.
Good night, friend, and God bless you all.
God bless. Goodbye.
I'll put the music on now.
Thank you.